Hello and welcome back to Fallout New Vegas Hardcore Explosives Only. I'm Zyzix, this is our protagonist, Hardcore Pete, and today we're going to keep getting the upgrades for the appliances in the sink. But first, let's go to the think tank and have a bit of a chat with some of the doctors. We won't talk to Klein at the moment, because that'll probably move the main story along. Let's chat with all the other doctors, except Boris. So not Klein or Boris. Because we already spoke with Boris. Dr. O.
Breaking news! Talking lobotomite arrives in think tank. Its purpose, unknown. Undefinable. Its presence here, impossible.
I think you mean impossible?
Oh, really? Now the lobotomite is a master of the dictionary arts. What, do you have a doctorate in verbology? No? I do. And stop the presses. Just in from my eye monitors. Is that Robco tech on your arm? It is! What's your agenda bringing that in here?
What, my Pip-Boy?
How dare you bring Robco tech in here? What are you showing off? How great Robert House and his big company are?
We can make Securitrons better than any robot those geniuses at Big Mountain can make, and they'll last 1,000 years.
You're lucky I don't have hands to tear that dip boy off your arm, or feet to stomp on its stupid metal guts. Ugh. Damn Robco.
He's really got issues with Robco, but I'll tell you what, you don't have to worry about Mr. House anymore. I took care of him.
Worry about House? Why would I do this? Hope he died alone in a dingy room, streaming his last remaining bodily fluids into jars. And him and his dirty girl bots. Don't even get me started on those filthy biological catcher's mitts.
Good, jeez. Calm down. I just wanted to ask some questions. Although now I think about it, I don't think I've ever come here without killing House first. Because I always say you don't have to worry about House anymore. I might have to not kill House and then come here. Anyway, I just wanted to ask some questions.
Fine. Ask.
What do you do here?
All things robotical. You see a robot? I made it. See a broken robot? I made it that way. Deconstructed it down to parts. I have a gift with machines. I can render anything inoperable. Preserve them in a non-functioning state.
That doesn't sound very impressive. You're breaking machines, that's it.
Who asked you? You just wait until a working machine threatens you, and you'll wish I was around.
So, do you have another name?
Yeah, I do. It wasn't always O. I just took that one by default because sometimes it's easier to accept the mistake as long as the purpose works. I don't want to get into it. It's a sore topic with me. Makes my gel ripple.
If you're smart enough, you can actually tell. These are O's, but that's not an O, is it? It's a oval shape. Okay, so I can't do that at all. I had some other questions.
Fine. Ask.
Tell me about Mobius and these monsters of his.
That genius Mobius somehow cobbled together these really impressive-looking robot scorpions with spare parts. Even painted them. Tried to see what makes them tick. Can't even examine them without them detonating all over me. Left with shrapnel and burns. Every time. Supposedly, he has even larger models, even a giant robot scorpion hidden deep within the Forbidden Zone. Yeah, right. Giant monsters, sure.
A giant robo-scorpion?
Yeah, crazy, right? Something right out of a midnight science fiction feature. Ridiculous. What are the odds?
What was the name of the very first quest that brought us here? Midnight science fiction feature? Hey, I need more of those worthless caps to test the CIU barter function upstairs.
I'd have a few left. Let me check. Yeah, there were a few under the monitors here. Here you go. Keeps the place tidy.
Cool, thanks. Can you tell me about this facility?
Big Mountain used to be a mountain. Then there was a slight mishap. Now it's a crater. The dome used to be buried, now it's exposed to the sky. Don't get me wrong. Makes the sky light up like a planetarium at night. All those spectra. So soothing.
Because the planetarium mimics the sky. That's dumb. I think we've spoken.
Until our next scheduled audio transmission and reception, then.
So I don't know if I'll be able to get the speech skill to do his quest, but his name is Dr. Zero. The number, not the letter. Dr. Dala.
You are an unusual specimen to so boldly walk into the mighty expanse of the think tank,
You're really
fearless and proud as a teddy bear. Between the extraction of their higher reasoning abilities and urination-inducing fear, most lobotomites dare not approach us, let alone speak to us. Yet you have no such fear. Facing me, epidermis flushed with blood, plasma running molten beneath, your face contorting with muscular expression. Will you indulge me? Say a few words. Face towards the monitors, please, so that I might record it for further examination.
If we were going to be extra close to any one of them for their conversations, it makes sense that we would be close to Dala. The quick scribe jumped over the lazy paladin.
Yes, go on. Seeing your lips and mouth forming words, both revolting and somehow... How does it feel to have the flesh roll around in your mouth like that? To control each muscle and the tongue, like having a fish or extremely dexterous slug lolling and flopping in one's mouthal cavity.
You were once human, but I can't help but notice your fascination with the human body.
What? Nonsense.
Close eyelids, breathe deep, then stretch languidly.
What? What are you doing?
Turn and cough roughly, then slowly scratch nose.
Stop it. Why? Why are you making me partake in this filthy formography?
So yeah, you might have seen we got the quest coming out of her shell, and now we've actually already completed coming out of her shell, basically by getting that perception check. Run the hands along the side of your face, then exhale rapidly.
Enough. I am already intrigued. You have sufficiently percolated me. I don't know what it is about the biology of lobotomites. It infects my thoughts. All that skin and muscle and tissue.
Why don't you just give in? There's nothing wrong with looking at the human body.
Perhaps there is value in what you say. I did so enjoy breathing once, long ago.
I could come back anytime and just, breathe if you want.
Would you? I feel so ashamed, but yet so intrigued. You'll need to give me a rest in between visits, or else my jaw might run over. If you're ready, let me radar scan you. Slowly. Woo. Woo. Purple, purple, woo. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Purple. Ba-ba, bloop.
Drained.
Ba-ba, bloop. Ba-ba, bloop. Whew. Last little bit there. Thank you, lobotomite. Please, you must come back for further study when I've had a rest. I'm a little sensitive right now.
Oh my god. I forgot just how bad that was. Anyway, who are you and what do you do here? Because Zero's robotics, 8's audio and sound waves, Boros is biological crap. What do you do?
Why, my little bear of teddiness. I am Dr. Dala, first head chief researcher of mineralogy and medicinal sciences. I have 211 doctorates in both applied sciences and techniques to apply those sciences. I also possess a degree in curiosity and advanced curiosity. That is merely schooling, however. When possible, I prefer fieldwork and observation to holotape eidetics. It has proven useful, especially now. I have become the expert on humanology and lobotomite behavior here at Big Mountain. My research doesn't descend into formography. It is only science.
211 doctorates? How is that even possible?
Why, we create not only scientific marvels here at Big Mountain, but new sciences as well. Everything can be quantified, categorized, and dissected until every group can be subgrouped or partitioned.
You get that? They created sciences and then gave themselves doctorates in those sciences and then go around saying, I have 211 doctorates. I gave myself 210 of them. Like, these people's ego is insane. First head chief researcher, a lot of titles.
What is a name without a title or suffix for the sake of hierarchy? It is a long-standing quantification of personality and importance. We could not do without it. Surely you must be aware of the gravity of such attached appellations, just as surely as you must have a title.
I guess sometimes I'm called a courier.
Oh, a mailman. A delivery man. Someone who takes parcels from place to place using their primitive feet or similar conveyance. You are the second one I've met in recent times. Very different specimens.
There was another courier?
Of course. You must have met others in your travels. This one had met other couriers too, although it sounded as if he hadn't met the correct one. He asked us all many questions, and then he asked a most perplexing one. We had to segment the event out of our memories for safety.
What was the question?
I do not know, nor should we try to access it. Perhaps Klein has the logs. My evaluation would be to let your own curiosity go. I do not think that Klein remembers the conversation as being satisfactory.
So again, that other courier is Ulysses. We'll get to him one day. But he came here and, they had a conversation, him and the doctors, and then he asked them a question that was so unpleasant for them to even think about that they deleted it from their memories. Alright. Anyway. Why did you remove my brain? And how?
Oh, removing it is a simple procedure. Well, except the complications it can cause to the heart and spine. But once the heart and spine are gone, no trouble at all. Clamp the subject down. One laser incision around the skull. Crack, snip, done. The brain is finally free of the skin envelope, which is then kept automated for cleanup duties around Big Mountain. Lobotomites. With you, however, something is definitely wrong. We've never had a lobotomite who kept speaking after being forcibly lobotomized. I am relieved the pacification field is working. If it didn't, I would broadcast some concern to my colleagues about safety protocols.
But how am I still talking and walking around without a brain?
That is a good question. My theory is that the Tesla coils in your brain pan are still connected to your brain somehow. It really could be anywhere. Brains are a lot smarter than most researchers give them credit for. We still have your spine and heart. If you were to somehow find your brain, wherever it sloped off to, you could humanically reduce yourself again.
The Tesla coils. The coils of Nikola Tesla. Yeah, we know why I'm feeling strange. That's the pacification field. What can you tell me about Dr. Mobius?
Dr. Mobius. A monstrous brain creased with wrinkles of 1,000 evils, with but one jaundiced eye with which to perceive the world. Exiled from the think tank for crimes too heinous to remain in recorded memory. and perhaps differences in research methodology. His one terrible eye forever peers at us, an eye of ever-increasing magnification. He watches from his dome in the Forbidden Zone, spying on us all.
So, I don't understand how the tech Klein wants will help.
It'll all become clear. If not, at least we will have the technology here at the dome where all technology belongs. When we have all the technology, all the answers, we can share it with the world, piece by piece. All will be in order, and all will be like Big Mountain.
I'm not sure I like that. What can you tell me about the Big Empty?
The Big Empty? Now that's not a proper title for this research facility. You sound like previous test subjects that came here. This mountain, now crater, encompasses the sum total of knowledge of humankind. It is Big Mountain, where all questions can be answered. You'll see. No matter what your questions, Big Mountain will provide the answers, as it has done for so many before you.
So, this used to be a mountain?
Yes, Big Mountain was quite big indeed until the Great Static. Then the top of the mountain was used as part of a detonation experiment. This cleared additional space in the crater, however, allowing us more real estate to build upon. Convenient. Efficient.
Alright, I think we've spoken.
Until our next interaction, my intriguing little lobotomite.
Now, somebody does say it at some point, but I can't remember who or where or how, but basically, why this place is called the Big Empty to people outside of Big Mountain is because the first people that came here and found it, they found a sign that had Big, the letter M, and the letter T. Big MT, as in Big Mountain. But they radioed back to whoever. Have I checked all? Yeah, I checked all this. They radioed back to whoever and were basically like, hey, we found a place. There's a sign here called, and it says Big MT. And the people at the other end of the radio heard that as the Big Empty. So Big Mountain, Big MT, became the Big Empty. Kind of cool. What? What was that? Did something happen with your voice module? See, this is a reasonable distance. Why couldn't Dala be this far away? That's too bad. Or good, or something? I'm pretty sure that you can understand me, so I want some answers. Who are you? Sounds important. I think. Do you know anything about Dr. Mobius or the Forbidden Zone? Alright, calm down. I didn't mean to alarm you. Tell me about Big Mountain, I mean the Big Empty, Big Mountain, whatever. Tell me about this place. Are you alright? Kinda ran out of steam in the middle there. Okay, can you tell me about the technologies Klein wants? You sound agitated, or you're percolating, or something. Here we go. You gotta talk to him for a while and then one of these pop up. Wait a minute. After listening to that for a bit, that's Robco Termlink Protocol you're broadcasting, right? Which is weird, because Dr. Zero hates Robco, so why would you be broadcasting Robco Termlink Protocol? But anyway. Well, I've hacked enough Robco terminals to know. Nice pun on the header file, ref. I agree, if someone would just take the time, you're more than just a sound effects in a tank. If that's Robco Terminal Protocol, does that mean it can be hacked? Ooh. Decisions. You know what, fuck these guys. It'll only take a second to violate your rights and make your voice mine. That sounds mean, but remember, these guys kidnapped and fucking lobotomized me, not to mention dozens of other people, so yeah, fuck you. Alright, let's see what you have. I'll take these energy cells, and some microfusion cells. Now, unlock your room. I want what's in there. And lastly, if I ever need you to blindly agree with me, you will. Understood? I know it won't work on the attack protocol. Still, I may need someone on my side in a debate. You really don't have a choice, you know. Oh, and thanks for the gear. Yeah, I don't need to talk about all that. Because he's not going to actually give me any information on any of these. It'll just be a whole lot of sound effects again. So I'll be going now. Now I think I already broke into his room and took all his stuff, but let me just double check. Yeah, all the doors are already open everywhere. No worries. Well, we may as well talk to Klein while we're here.
I can hear your penis-tipped feet tromping around.
I bet you can, because even if we move the quest along, we still have to actually physically go to the Forbidden Zone. So, Dr. Klein...
Did you retrieve the technologies yet? We need them, as I have indicated.
Oh, okay, we got a lot to talk about with this guy. Here we go. We'll start with this one. I heard one of your previous visitors to the dome spoke to you. Asked some questions.
Hmm? Oh, yes, the last visitor. Well, the one just before you. Had an interesting name from some language that's almost impossible to speak. What did we speak about? Melancholy fellow. Had questions about history, but our conversation got interrupted. Twice, I believe. Once when the trains got derailed, and then a second time. Oddly enough, now that I'm accessing my databanks, I don't recall what the second time was. Mobius's incessant transmissions keep distracting me. Also, we didn't brain scrub the visitor. He may have left us some knowledge he shouldn't have. I believe, maybe. Oh well, I'm sure it's of no consequence. I don't make many mistakes in calculation or perception, so probability favors me.
Probability favors me, is that right? He came and he went, so that's all we get from that information that Darla gave us about Ulysses. Was it Darla or Zero? I'd be honored if I could hear any knowledge the think tank had to share on the sciences.
Why, yes. We are filled with the knowledge you speak of. If you wish to know more, simply ask the others. They can help you.
Oh, okay. Well, you seem like the one in charge, are you?
I am Dr. Klein, Chief Head Researcher of Logistical Operations and Ideology here at Big Mountain.
I am surprised you have not heard of me. I am first in my field, first chair, as it were, back in the days of chairs.
I have some questions about the brain extraction you all performed on.
Well, we didn't actually do it. We tried to clean up after, as always, but usually the auto dock runs on remote. But we programmed it, or Mobius did. Still, this new wrinkle with the Tesla coils in your skull was unexpected. I mean, we predicted we'd have a breakthrough eventually, but Dala knows more. She supervised your spine peel and the heart circumcision, then dumped them both into the tanks in the sink above. Quite sanitary. Sure took her time. She always takes longer than projected with lobotomite surgeries. Not sure why.
You said before Mobius might have my brain?
Yes. In all probable likelihoods, yes. Possibly. That it may have gone to Mobius is merely an inkling. I don't know why, but it may be something involving the surgery code. Actually, I don't know. All I know is it misplaced itself, or it floated off. They get into robots sometimes and go on a tear.
Ah, yes, we've seen them, the robo-brains. Science. So what's this autodoc surgery code you mentioned?
Mobius's legacy code was in the old auto dock. Yes, it fried itself after your procedure, so he couldn't tell for sure. It is unfortunate. We would have benefited from knowing how the breakthrough occurred. Even if we installed another chip, the information is lost.
Mobius set up the autodoc medical routines, so you think he was responsible for the post-organ dump?
Yes, always leaves back doors into things. Have to keep finding them and closing them. The auto-dock is now erased of his routines. It was thorough. Only Mobius would know for sure what happened with the procedure. Perhaps. Well, and your brain, of course, it would know as well.
My brain would know?
It can communicate the procedure when we examine it. It is conceivable to trace its surgical scalpel prints once we have the brain. Might take some time, but your brain has no pain nerve to scream at us while we dissect it. Convenient. I detest screaming in my lab.
You want to dissect my brain? Well, why would Mobius want my brain?
Why does he seek our destruction? Why did he build robot scorpions with intelligence training stingers? It is because he hasn't cleaned his biogel in a long time. Clearly he's got some sort of psychological corrosion. He's mad.
These mechanical robo-scorpions consume intelligence? Are you certain of your findings?
Dr. O is certain of his findings, and no one else in the think tank is willing to test the results. Loss of brainial power. Terrifying. O has said on many occasions his inability to comprehend Mobius's robo-schematics is because of repeated robo-scorpion stings.
I think Mobius is just better than all of you. Tell me about the pylons. They're just a quick way to get back. I'd like to know about the Forbidden Zone. What is this place? Who is Dr. Mobius?
Dr. Mobius was not the horrifying creature you saw up on the screen, twisted by science. He was once one of us, a friend. He researched in directions contrary to the think tank. Brains, 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 always about the brains. So we exiled him. He says he left of his own volition, but that was to save him the embarrassment. Now he sends his intelligence-consuming scorpions from the Forbidden Zone to plunder the secrets of Big Mountain. He is a menace.
Robo-scorpions drain intelligence from living creatures? How? What, chems?
I'm not certain. Perhaps it only affects machines. If so, you may be immune. If it is chems, then we have nothing to fear. Since we are afraid, it must not be chems, and you need not fear, which means you can test it. Logical.
I've recovered all the technologies and the technological information.
What? You did? Your survival, let alone success, barely registered in my projections. Now, all I need to do is check my transmission databank. Mobius is always filling it up with his psychotic calls. Oh yes, there's the schematics, just like you said. How truthful.
So, do these technologies have the information you need?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes? What?
No. I mean, yes. You just need to analyze these technologies for a moment. They are extremely advanced, you know?
Do you even know what these technologies do?
I know how these technologies work. Of course I know. If you remember, we described them in clearly abstract, contradictory statements before. Why would we do that if we weren't certain on how to use them? Yes, so let me... a bit, huh? I'll figure it out.
They clearly aren't as smart as they act, are they? Although I think it's got something to do with, like, the brain gel, like, the gel keeping their brain stored in there is kind of corroding their intelligence and transforming it into insanity. Something like that. Look, the antenna focuses brainwave patterns, right?
Yes, that's what I believe I said.
And the suit's a cardiac regulator, and the sonic frequency is a spinal vibrator.
I've got it. The cardiac regulator in the suit, the antenna for brain waves, and the sonic frequency for the vertebral nerves.
I'm waiting for you to draw a conclusion.
I'm thinking. This is all very complicated. Let me check something. Of course. I have it. The override sequence to open the Forbidden Zone door is hidden in the schematics. Well, not hidden. It's actually right there, behind the programming equivalent of coffee stains. It's embedded in what seems to be recursive code. It's badly commented there and there. Oh, and null pointers very sloppy, Mobius. You see, using the antenna to boost the emitter's sonic frequency, and the stealth suit to bypass the Forbidden Zone lock, yes, that could work. Was that my plan? It must have been. Sometimes I truly surprise myself. The door is open, and now Mobius will get his.
Don't these items seem more, I don't know, biologically focused than that, though?
Biological? Ridiculous. I mean, technically, these items could all be used to put you back together once you had your brain. But for now, they can be used in the name of aggression. The door should be unsealed. Now, instead of being subjected to threats, we can now send an equally threatening message to Mobius. And that message is science. Deliver this message, and Big Mountain shall be freed from Mobius's reign of terror. You can go now. That's your cue.
Level 34. Sneak 100. We'll do repair 100. Lockpicking 100. And then we'll put barter to 95. So then next level I can get barter and medicine to 100. Or actually, do I want to drop a bunch in speech just to try and get those other two side quests done? Like, I don't want to go hard on speech. That was kind of... You know what? No, I won't. If I can't get it done without boosting it, I won't bother. That's kind of the point. Okay, so right now I'm tossing up between Stonewall and Quick Draw. I would have probably got Stonewall earlier, but I kind of forgot about it, and I haven't really needed it that much. Like, it's great to be able to have extra damage threshold against melee and unarmed weapons, and I can't be knocked down in combat. A few times when I've let off explosions near me, they've knocked me down, so this means I wouldn't be able to be knocked down by my own explosions either. But Quick Draw sounds really nice, especially when I'm using things like, you know, missile launchers and Fat Mans and Rocket Red Glare and all that. So, and I want to start using those, especially when I get back. Now I'm in these higher levels, I'm going to have some more caps. Like, I'm obviously not using them right now here in the big mountain, but when I leave, I'll want to use them. Yeah, I am going to get quick draw. Alright. Now we had a nice, long, lovely conversation with them. Let's go.
Anyone who can understand these messages, you do not belong here. We will find you.
Another perk I was considering was Grim Reaper's Sprint, where you get the action points back for killing something in vats. Oh yeah, quick draw's a little bit there. It should be a bit more noticeable on the ones that are much longer, like Batman and Missile Launcher. Yeah. I mean, what, 34, so 16 more levels to max level, only 8 more perks. And I mean, one of them is probably going to be a level 50 perk, right? Okay. East. East? I thought you said west. No, we're heading east to continue, yeah, the syncs upgrades to the auto dock. I really kind of wish they gave all the sync upgrade quests at once, because you kind of got to do them over and over and over. So we've still got Boris's quest and Zero's quest. Those are the two that we couldn't do. Probably be able to get that one done if we can boost speech. Oh, and we still got to do X8 retrieval quest. We'll do that. Right now, we are heading... Actually, do I want to go to the Securitron? Yeah, we'll go to the Securitron deconstruction plant and head south from there. Not in danger? The music would suggest otherwise. It's kind of rigged, right? Like, I turned around to check if there was any. There wasn't. Like, I even looked on the compass to make sure. But they still ended up showing up. Oh well, what are we? Z14. Pepsine DNA splicing lab. Look, I am mildly dyslexic, sure, but I swear to God, half these words they're making up just to sound smart. Like, we've already established they make up sciences and doctorates, so it's definitely not beyond them to just make up words to sound smart. Although I will fully admit, again, I could just be dumb and not very good at reading these overly complicated words I've never seen before that are similar to actual words. Didn't they say these lobotomites were supposed to be on, like, cleanup duty? That's why they left them on, like, an automated mode? They got an awful lot of weapons for some janitors, you know what I'm saying? Also, they could have given them some clothes, but whatever. If I keep chasing after every red marker I see, I'll never actually get what I want done. 100 caps not worth it. Fuck! DNA Venger perk granted. Studying the abominations created at Big Mountain has granted you a 10% damage bonus against casuals. Nice. Now I'm just going to take an anti-venom for the sake of it, because I'm pretty sure I'm poisoned, and... Although, you know, this is the DNA slicing plant. I really should have guessed that there'd be Cazadors here. Is that just another throwing axe? Yeah. I was expecting Night Stalkers, but also should have expected Cazadors. I can hear more. Oh, come on. I really shouldn't have... Come on. Doctor's bag. Oh, I'm out of doctor's bags. I thought I had like 5. Oh no, I thought. Okay. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. Oh, the door's closed. Okay. That's not okay. But we'll just have to make it okay, won't we? Laser rifle. It's just money. Microfusion cells. Money or grenades. Cazador eggs. Like, how is he convinced that they're fucking sterile when there's literally Cazador eggs around the place? Holy shit! You're not allowed to be that fast! Like, it was just sitting in that room letting me huck grenades, and then it decided, nah, I don't want to let him do that anymore, and just went. Just die. Just die. Or at least get crippled so you're not that fucking fast. Yeah, rank increase. Further study of the abominations has created the that Big Mountain created has granted you an additional 10% damage against Cazadors. I can still hear their buzzing wings on the other side of this door, though. Yep. Even know if it's taking damage. I don't think so. Ah, Specimen 73. Why do you have a unique name? That's scary. Get crippled or something. We're just gonna pump some drugs. Lobotomite. There's Cazador Death Dealer 3. Oh, here we go. The Atomic Valence Tri-Radii Oscillator. Health regeneration and endurance +1. I think I just have the regular one on right now. Yeah, the Radiance Radiant Accentua, and this is the Atomic something. Now it has 3. Yeah. Look at that craziness. And I can just... Yep, pump that in there. Remember, I've got the jury rigging perk. That's why I was able to repair a glowing halo with a beret. I didn't, but I could have. Implant M5, eh? What's implant M5? Is that buff out? It is too. Lovely, lovely drugs. And just a storage closet with ammo. That was a stealth boy. Yeah, boy. Yeah, don't need that. kind of overthought that. I was like, nah, it's not a straight shot at all. I have to turn, right? Oh, can I? Yes, I can. Sweet. Now we'll head south, and hopefully this will be a quick one. We'll do this one. Should be able to call it an episode there. Ooh, 75 out of 75 locations discovered. Cool. Well, not 75 out of 75, but the 75 required for that particular achievement. That's shots with grenades. Sometimes they just hit the ground and don't bounce at all, and it's perfect, and sometimes they bounce all over the place. It's a bit of a lottery. But what's this location? Crotalus DNA Preservation Lab. Yeah, because remember when we talked to Boris, he said he preserved rattlesnake DNA in another fearsome predator. So it makes sense that the Night Stalkers are at the preservation lab, and then when he was talking about the tarantula hawks and splicing DNA, that's when he was mentioning the Kazdors, and that was why the Kazdors are at the splicing center, and the Night Stalkers are here at the DNA preserving center. This one's a guy. Seem tougher than the others. Duffel bags are a bit random, aren't they? Sometimes they have good stuff, sometimes they got piss all. And again, if he simply walked in here, he could see that these things are breeding with eggs and, well, floated in here, because, you know, he doesn't have legs. He's a fucking hovering robot, brain in a jar. I see you, yeah! I gotta remember, the microfusion grenades are not that strong. I'm used to thinking that they're strong because I'm seeing the plasma explosion, and plasma explosions are usually stronger than like the frag grenade explosions and stuff. Whoa, what was all that? Okay. But yeah, the microfusion grenades aren't actually that strong. I mean, they're solid, they get the job done when I got nothing else, but definitely not as strong as regular plasma grenades. I will say whether or not the grenades go around cover and corners and stuff like that seems very, very random. Oh, not Orca samples. And I'm crippled, so I should just speed this along. Although I'm mildly worried there's gonna be like a big fancy. Yep. Basically because there was that name category on the other place, I was ready and assuming there was gonna be a name Night Stalker. And I hurt myself. I hurt myself today. All that stuff. I can stop anytime I want. upgrade. I'll go run the Y3 implant. Forceps. Just more Night Stalker stuff. Cave fungus. Yeah, some all right stuff, but not great. Not amazing loot in that particular room. And we'll call it an episode there. Thanks for hanging out with me and Hardcore Pete as we continue getting all the upgrades in Big Mountain, and had a chat with all the doctors. Got some more insight on all of them, and we might be able to continue that conversation with a few of them later on. But until next time, have a good one.